With millions of positive comments, he must be saying something right. Let's see what he has to say next. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Paul Santisi.
Hello, everyone. It's a great day. I am Paul Santisi, and this is podcast number 5. And this podcast will pick up where podcast number 4 left off. And yes, folks, that was the most recognizable Hollywood movie trailer voice in the world, creating that introduction. And I must say that I'm truly humbled to associate with such a fine person of character. If you have not yet listened to podcast number 4, make sure you go and do that right away. Even do it before you listen to number 5, because we talked about the 2 main things that most gurus and motivational speakers teach you that will always keep you in a state of energetic failure. Like I said, go back and listen to podcast number 4 and listen to all the podcasts up to date, as each one is on a different topic, and each one I offer you additional free stuff. And as you know by now, folks, I love to give away. And I have just begun giving away. On this podcast, I'm going to reveal to you the truth on something, so we can all kind of clean up this mental mess, we can say, that has been put into our heads, not only by those sharing the wrong information, but by society in general, we can say. Now, before we get into all of that, if you're listening to me for the first time, I am Paul Santisi, and during these podcasts, what we do is we pick a topic and we run with it for a few minutes, and we record these things live, one take, one shot. There's no editing. We just capture the moment and provide you with something to chew on, to give you an aha moment, a realization, a cognition that you can apply in your life to become a better person. Now, on the last podcast, we laid into what most of the gurus and motivational people who are out there teaching people, well, we revealed kind of what they do. We kind of pulled back the curtain. And there's 2 things that they do, not on purpose all the time, in most cases on purpose, and most of the time these might be well-meaning people. They just don't know what they don't know yet. And what they teach you, there's 2 things that actually messes up your vibration and keeps you in a state of confusion, causing more failures than successes in your life. Like I said, I'm not saying that all gurus and motivational speakers are misleading you. Not at all. There are some wonderful people out there sharing the right information. Not many, very few, very far and few between nowadays, but they are out there. And in my opinion, I would say from what I've seen and listened to, it's well over 90% are giving you the wrong information. So go back and listen to podcast number 4 as we really explain what to look for. There's 2 things really, and make sure you're listening to the right people. Okay, let's get to it. I'm excited, and let's talk about something that virtually no one else really ever discusses. Very, 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 very few. And once you really grasp this concept, you'll begin to see all of your goals, dreams, wants, and desires begin to show up in your life, in every aspect of your life, and it's gonna kind of happen as if by magic, okay? Now, pay attention, because first, we must get something out of your head, because it's in your head and it's detrimental. It really is. Now, what that is, we must all stop thinking about the how in life. We must all stop thinking about and focusing on the how in life. When you think about the how, follow along with me right now. When you think about Well, how's that going to happen? How are we going to get out of debt? How am I going to come up with the money? How am I going to meet the right people to make my dreams come true? How am I going to learn how to do that? How am I going to afford a new car? How am I going to qualify for a new home loan? How are we going to start that business? How am I going to meet my soulmate? How am I going to meet the person that I can fall in love with, that I can spend the rest of my days with? You see, folks, when you think about the how, you're focusing on the lack of not having it. Period. End of story. Not negotiable. Okay? When you think about the how, you're energetically allowing doubt to creep into your mind, lowering your attracting power, and you're actually vibrationally, energetically pushing away what it is that you do want. So, by being always focused on the how, you're virtually destined to fail 100% of the time over time, because you'll be stuck in a state of lack, okay? And it makes no difference, no matter how many different things you try, or if you keep changing the people with whom you associate with. You will always be in a mental state of not knowing, therefore questioning everything, and you'll actually be in a state of fear or not allowing. Now, listen, I know this might sound tough, okay? But it's the truth. And I've said this many times before. It would be a lot easier if I didn't care as much as I do about everyone and everything. And I'm teaching from experience. I'm giving you the right information to apply. Now, before you go off on a tangent going, well, Paul, that makes no sense, because you're saying that if I can never ask myself how am I ever going to figure anything out? Now, listen, great observation. I'm not saying that you can't never ask yourself how, because asking yourself how is key when defining challenges in problem solvings. Yes, absolutely. You have a great point. What I'm saying is to use the how to clarify. Never allow the how to be a motivator of your thoughts. I'll say it again. Never allow the how to be the motivator of your thoughts. Never allow the how to be the motivator of your thoughts. Are you grasping this? This is key. The key point to understand here is that you do not want the how to be at the top of your thought process or what you're focusing on. You see, when you think about and focus on the how, you are not in a state of vibrational alignment. You are not feeling good most of the time. When you focus on the how, you are constantly questioning everything. You're actually lowering your vibration, and you're keeping yourself in a state of not allowing. Is this sinking in? Listen. Now, again, you still might be asking yourself as I'm speaking, how the heck do I manifest the things I want, and how do I become successful if the how is what I should not be focusing on? Another fantastic observation. This means you're listening, folks. This means you're expanding. This means you have a high willingness to learn and a high willingness to accept change. And in this moment, if this is you asking this question, I applaud you. I congratulate you. And I look forward to meeting you and shaking your hand someday and looking you in the eye and giving you a hug, because you are a somebody. You have what it takes. So that was a great observation. Let me just speak from experience, and let me share with you the example that I heard that really allowed me to grasp this concept, because I didn't really understand it that well at first either. So let's think of the how as a radar screen. Okay, so we're looking at a radar screen. That is the how. Now, we can only see what's on the radar screen, right? This is the how. We're trying to make sense and figure out what we think we can see. Follow along. Now, if I was to tell you that it's what's off your radar screen that you can't see, that is moving and shifting trillions and trillions and trillions and hundreds of billions and trillions of bits of data, people, events, situations, and circumstances to your advantage in the exact relation to how you're feeling in this moment. Did you follow that? You see, it's what you can't see. It's what you can't even comprehend right now that is bringing you exactly what you want. Aha! Aha moment right there. Folks, that is what occurs. So, the most effective way to achieve and to always be in a constant state of manifesting is to always be working on feeling good. Always be in a state of excitement, anticipation, and enthusiasm. Stop asking yourself how. Stop asking yourself how and focus on your feelings and always be clarifying and reclarifying and reclarifying the why. The more you clarify the why over and over and over and over again. And this is a process, folks. You don't just ask yourself why 5 times. Ask yourself why 25, 50, 100 times. You'll be blown away with your ability to nail down why you want something to a feeling. You'll be blown away. In that moment, this is when the answers or the how will present themselves to you. It's when you're not in the think stage. Do you get it? It's when you're not in the think stage. Do you get it? The how or what to do will then come to you in the form of a feeling or inner guidance or intuition, or you'll get a gut check, whatever you want to call it. That's when it happens. Bam! Bam! Click, click, click right there. Fantastic. Go back and listen to this podcast until all this sinks in. Okay, let's end this audio here. I think I gave you enough to chew on. Okay? Let's end this audio here. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, a light just went off. A big, bright, bold beam of light just went off in your head for many of you. Okay, what to give away for free on this podcast? What to do? You know what? Actually, I want to invite you. I want to invite you to sign up for my free Paul Santisi Insiders Club. This is a great club and it's free. And when you sign up, I can send you tons of additional information and audios and offers on all sorts of stuff that you'll absolutely love. And it's free. Just go to www.paulsantisi.com. It's my name.com, paulsantisi.com. And you can sign up for that. Also, make sure you to check out the main website. That's www.paulsantisimeditations.com. That's paulsantisimeditations.com. In there, you'll find all your favorite guided meditations. There's audio courses. There's physical products like energy coins, energy pendants. There's the very popular magnetic eye mask CD set for those of you who desire to stimulate, awaken, and activate your mind's third eye. And so much more. Plus, so many more free additional audios and a ton of other great stuff as well. And that's all available at paulsantisimeditations.com. And I also invite you to download the free radio app that is available for Apple and Android devices. Just search Paul Santisi Music, and you can dial in to hundreds of pure positive feel-good songs in all genres that will raise your vibration instantly and automatically just by listening. It's unlike anything that you've ever heard. That app is free as well. And man, I could talk forever, but I want to keep these short And folks, I'm excited. Woohoo! I am excited right now. So make sure that you share these podcasts with everyone you know. Download it for yourself. And this is all these podcasts share nothing but spot on life-enhancing information that we can all benefit from. And they are all free. And that is awesome. Thank you for listening. Keep being you. Keep being great. And we will see you next time with podcast number 6. And my God, is it going to be epic? You know I love ya.